Island of Thieves is a brand new, perfect pick, and it's quite an adventure. In it, Tom goes with his Uncle Harvey to Peru, where they narrowly escape imprisonment and death as they hunt for buried treasure after tracking down a journal written by John Drake, a young relative of Sir Francis Drake, while he was on a voyage to Peru in 1577. This is one of those books that has the kind of opening lines that make me just want to keep reading. I didn't mean to burn down our garden shed, but now I'm glad I did. If I hadn't, none of this would have happened. The island, the gold, it was all because of burning down that shed. Guys, if you like swashbuckling, exciting adventures, you will love Island of Thieves. This book is a great choice for fans of the Alex Rider series or the 39 Clues. The Mark of the Dragonfly is a fantasy set on a ruined planet somewhere in the future. In it, an orphan named Piper lives alone, making a living from mending the scraps she finds after the deadly meteor showers and dust storms that plague the towns on the outskirts of civilization. She has an almost magical ability to fix things, especially mechanical things. It's almost as if broken objects want to be fixed by Piper, and sometimes she's the only person that they'll work for. One day, Piper finds a young girl who's lost her memory, but lives in terror of a man who hunts her. She's marked by the tattoo of a dragonfly, and only finds a hiding place thanks to the help of Piper and a young man named G, who also happens to be able to turn into a dragon. See, I told you this was a fantasy. Though it might seem a little like a mishmash from my description, The Mark of the Dragonfly is a unique dystopian novel which combines fantasy, adventure, magic, steampunk, and romance. Like Cinder, Piper is a great heroine. She's smart, kind, brave, and mechanically inclined. Check it out. Pop is a perfect pick that we've had right from the beginning. It's a great football story by Gordon Corman, and you just can't go wrong with a Gordon Corman novel. The main character is a 16-year-old high school quarterback named Marcus Jordan, who becomes friends with a retired professional linebacker named Charlie, who's great at training him, but whose strange behavior keeps Marcus in hot water. This is an excellent story, not just for sports fans, but for anyone who's ever had to deal with an older relative or family friend who might not seem to be firing on all cylinders. The fourth book in the iFunny series has arrived. It's called iFunny TV, and in this volume, Jamie Grimm stars in a TV sitcom based on his life. However, being the star of the show forces him to make some hard choices between success and friendship. I have a new graphic novel series to introduce to you this week. It's just 3 volumes, and I only have 2 copies of each, so you'll have to get them quickly or put them on hold. It's called Vamplets, the Nightmare Nursery. It's about a teenager named Destiny Harper who's at a crossroads in her life. Graduation is coming and she has 0 prospects for the future. So it seems like a great idea when she answers a help wanted ad for the night care nursery. However, she's magically transported to Gloomvania, where dark creatures lurk the streets and the world is being mysteriously overrun by baby vampires called Vamplets. Can Destiny survive being governess of the Nightmare Nursery and return home? I know, this is not great literature, but it's a whole lot of fun, and make sure that you read volumes 1, 2, and 3 in order. Dork Diaries fans, volume 10 is here. It's called Tales from a Not-So-Perfect Pet Sitter, and in it, Nikki discovers that being a pet sitter is much harder work than she ever thought it could be. I'm really excited to announce that we have the first 2 volumes in a new series by Chris Rylander, who brought us the 4th Stall, parts 1, 2, and 3. This series is called The Codename Conspiracy, and the first 2 books are called Codename Zero, that's book 1, and Countdown Zero, which is book 2. In the first book, when a desperate man in a black suit asks 13-year-old Carson Fender to deliver a mysterious package for him, The middle schooler discovers there's something going on in his quiet little North Dakota hometown that he never expected, something involving the CIA. As always, I recommend that you read Book 1 before Book 2, but I just want you to know that we have them both, and I'll be keeping an eye out for Book 3 and getting it as soon as it's available. The Graveyard book is sad, scary, and awesome. After the grisly murder of his entire family, a toddler wanders into a graveyard where the ghosts and other supernatural residents agree to raise him as one of their own. I really need to get more copies of this book. Let me know what you think of it. Honestly, it's not to be missed, so if you get a chance to read it or put it on hold, I urge you to do so. I have another book fair preview for you this week. Lily, a self-taught guitarist, hopes to write the perfect song in order to win $5,000 and a 3-week course with a prestigious college music professor. Her notebook is filled with hundreds of song ideas. Lily and an unknown pen pal begin exchanging letters about their musical tastes, hiding them under the desk in chemistry class that they share during different class periods. Soon they begin sharing personal information about their lives and families. Lily's list of suspects grows, but she isn't sure that she wants to know who her pen pal is. Remember, this one will be in the book fair starting October 17th. The second book fair preview book for this week is called Last Descendants, and it's an Assassin's Creed novel. In it, 2 factions have been waging a secret war for the fate of humanity since the beginning of recorded history, maybe even longer. They've been known by many names, but today these secret societies are known as the Assassin Brotherhood and the Templar Order. Owen and Javier used to be good friends, but ever since Monroe, the mastermind, brought them and 3 other teenagers with similar DNA into a shared memory, things have gone downhill. Each of them is either an assassin or a Templar, or possibly both. Through a rugged simulation to the streets of New York and the draft riot of 1863, they are on a quest for the Trident of Eden. OMG, this sounds totally confusing to me, but it's probably a pretty exciting read. Watch for it on the book fair. If you've been looking for a copy of the new book by J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, look no further. We've got it. Just be aware that it's a play, though, not a regular novel. Speaking of Harry Potter, I have another great event at the public library to share with you. On Tuesday, October 4th, starting at 4:30 p.m., you can make your own Harry Potter magic wand. If you want more information, call the public library at 850-7077, or better yet, stop in and cruise around. They have an amazing collection too. October 27th is coming up fast, so make sure you're reading your books for the Read Your Way to the Big Game Challenge for this year. It's just 6 books, so hey, pick a couple of graphic novels and you can be on your way in no time at all. Well, that's it for this. Hey, wait a minute, and how did that picture get in here? Pooty Cat, have you been hacking my iPad again? Just because you're cute does not make it okay. I am so changing my PIN number again, young lady. Anyway, I hope you discovered at least one book that you want to read this week. Please thank your teacher for showing the video. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to be awesome. Bye-bye. Pooty Cat, get over here so we can talk.